Hello and welcome to Twinkl Phonics Information Briefing. Thank you for joining us to find out more about the Twinkl Phonics Systematic Synthetic Phonics Programme. I'm Becki and I'm the product owner of Twinkl Phonics and a qualified teacher, and I'm also joined by Jo, the product owner of our accompanying reading scheme, Rhino Readers, and she'll be sharing more about the reading scheme later in the briefing. Twinkl has been creating phonics resources supporting letters and sounds since its very beginnings in 2010. However, we increasingly realised that teachers wanted and needed more than letters and sounds was offering. So in 2017, Twinkl Phonics began its journey, taking all the great things about letters and sounds, educational research and best practices, and the experience of our Twinkl Phonics teachers, who have over 100 years experience between them, to create a complete systematic synthetic phonics scheme that provides everything an educator needs to deliver high quality phonics teaching. Through our story-based approach, children are hooked into learning and get excited about their phonics lessons, loving learning and developing a love of reading. And we are now very proud to say that we are part of the Department for Education's validated list of phonics programs, providing educators with another reassurance that Twinkl Phonics will deliver the results your children deserve. The Twinkl Phonics program provides a consistent whole school approach with clear progression, rigour and routine skillfully combined with excitement and engagement, a mix of visual, auditory and kinesthetic cues for a multisensory approach to learning, easy access to quality teaching resources, and resources that can be edited to meet every child's needs. A programme developed for teachers by teachers from real-life practice and research. A programme that is easy to transition to if you previously used letters and sounds. Training and support to ensure teachers are confident in delivery. A 2014 National Curriculum compliant spelling and grammar programme built in, so there's no need for separate schemes. Complete coverage of the sounds needed for the Year 1 Phonics Screening Check 2. Choosing Twinkl Phonics if you are currently using letters and sounds means you have a very easy transition. Twinkl Phonics has exactly the same progression as letters and sounds for levels 2 to 4. We have made some changes to level 5 and 6 to slow down the pace that new GPCs are taught. And this supports children becoming more secure overall in the alternative spellings and pronunciations. But we have continued to ensure that all the GPCs necessary for children to know for the phonics screening check are included well before the date of the screening. The changes to level 5 and 6 have given those levels a much clearer structure as well, and it includes spelling and grammar, so that there's no need for an additional programme for these. We have a complete 36-week programme for nursery, which includes small and large group activities every week that will develop all 7 aspects of level 1 pre-reading and writing skills ready for reception. Everything you need in terms of planning, lesson resources, displays, classroom resources, assessment, intervention, digital reading materials and interactive games are all included. We've also extended our tricky or common exception words to include all those within the national curriculum appendices, plus some others that we feel are incredibly useful for children to know how to read and spell in those first few years of their learning journey. We also have a fully decodable reading scheme, Rhino Readers, which perfectly aligns with the Twinkl Phonics teaching sequence, which Jo will be sharing more about later. And resources to help all children keep up and access phonics, as well as virtual and in-person training available for anyone delivering Twinkl Phonics 2. The progression of Twinkl Phonics will feel very familiar to anybody who's previously used letters and sounds, with level 1 in nursery, levels 2, 3 and 4 in reception, level 5 in year 1 and level 6 in year 2. So here is a more detailed overview of the skills and sounds taught in the different levels of Twinkl Phonics. Level 1 is a flexible 36-week programme. Because of the nature of nursery, there's much greater flexibility built into level 1 so that it's suitable for all nursery settings and preschool settings delivering level 1 phonics teaching. Level 2 is currently 6 weeks on site, but we are extending that to 7 weeks to give the double letters introduced in level 1 their own lessons. Level 3 is 12 weeks, 7 weeks of introducing new sounds and 5 weeks of consolidation to ensure children have a real grasp on those digraphs and trigraphs that they're exploring for the first time. Level 4 is currently 4 weeks, and that will also be increasing to 5 weeks as well. The current 4 weeks include everything needed for level 4, but we wanted to spend a little bit more time explicitly teaching 3-letter adjacent consonants, so we're in the process of adding an additional week for that. And then level 5 is a 30-week programme, as is level 6, and you can see the spread of the alternative pronunciations and spellings, as well as suffixes and prefixes that are taught throughout those. So level 1 provides everything you need to ensure that nursery children have a wide range of opportunities to develop their language, listening, understanding and communication skills so that they are ready to start reading and writing in reception. There are 36 weeks of activities, and each week includes 5 small group and 5 large group activities, but there's no need to complete all of these activities within a week. It's to make sure that there is plenty of opportunities to cover all of those aspects as needed. They are split into 6-week theme blocks, with each week within that having a different take on the theme. For example, one of the 6-week blocks is on fairy tales, and each week within that focuses on a different fairy tale, such as the Gingerbread Man, Jack and the Beanstalk and Little Red Riding Hood. The complexity of the activities develops over the 36 weeks, as the children's skills do, to ensure that children are continuously moving forward with their learning. But we've also understand the importance of repetition in securing children's learning, so the games and activities are repeated to ensure children develop a security in all of these skills. Level 1 activity cards have been designed to make it simple and easy to deliver phonics in nursery. We know that nursery staff don't always feel confident in phonics delivery, and so we wanted to make sure it was easy to pick up these activities and know what you were delivering, and that you were delivering high quality phonics teaching. Activities are scripted and include learning objectives, resource lists, assessment questions and ideas to continue the learning into the classroom provision too. Then for levels 2 to 6, each week comes with a weekly plan that gives you an overview of the learning for the week, objectives, outcomes and the activities which will be included, so that you have a clear overview of the whole week's coverage in one place. This also allows you to ensure that any adaptations you need to make for any specific needs of children can be made in preparation for your phonics lessons. We've created all of the resources within Twinkl Phonics because we feel that they all support high quality phonics teaching and help children be successful readers and writers. However, we recognise that timetables can be tight and there are lots of subjects to cover, so we've identified the resources within Twinkl Phonics that are an essential part of your daily phonics lessons and those which are part of the wider phonics provision and can be used depending on your setting and the needs of your children. Parent sheets and spelling bookmarks are a part of our offering which can be sent home to reinforce the learning away from school. So we feel that these homeschool links are really useful for ensuring that children receive consistent support and that parents feel involved in children's learning. For every lesson of Twinkl Phonics, there is a lesson pack with a PowerPoint and follow-on activities linked to the lessons. The easiest way to download the Twinkl Phonics lesson packs and other resources included in Twinkl Phonics is to go straight to our landing page, which can be found at www.twinkl.co.uk/phonics. Here we have a brief overview of the types of slides you'd expect to see in a Twinkl Phonics lesson PowerPoint. In the Revisit and Review section, you can use the automated flashcards to recap previously taught GPCs and tricky words. These could also be done using real flashcards to add a bit of variety throughout the week. Story slides are designed to be read by adults and are a hook into the learning, as well as acting as a prompt to aid recall along with the mnemonics, to which the children will be introduced to along with the letter and sounds. Children will then practice their pronunciation of the pure sound and also say the mnemonic to further embed that connection. A handwriting phrase is introduced and the letter formation is modelled to for the children to have a go at themselves, either with their finger or it can be done with a pencil as well. A physical action is also introduced as another multisensory prompt for the new GPC. There are also songs that can be used additionally if you feel that that's appropriate. There is then a practice activity. This one is a reading activity, so the children will read the word and then when check is clicked, the image will appear. The last part of the PowerPoint is the apply. Children will either read or write a caption or sentence depending on the level, and in this session it's a reading activity. Reading slides have sound buttons that can be turned on and off to provide additional support for children, and the children will read the caption or sentence as independently as appropriate, and then when show is clicked the image will appear so they get to see if they have understood the sentence and matched it, and it matches the image. For writing applies, a suggested sentence is given on the planning, which can be used as a dictated sentence, or the children or the group can come up with a sentence together based on the picture. Each week now also includes a pupil workbook, which, while it is part of the core provision within Twinkl Phonics, can be used time flexibly throughout your school day. Follow-on activities are optional but may be appropriate for additional consolidation, guided reading carousels, home learning, or as keep up or challenge tasks, depending on your children's needs. So we have all the resources you need for high quality phonics teaching, and also included are all the supporting resources you could ever need. Here we have a very small selection of the resources available. Sound mats and tricky word mats to support children's independent writing throughout the day, double-sided flashcards for your literacy area, mnemonic posters with the handwriting phrases that can be prompts for children and adults within the classroom. There are also decodable word booklets and tricky or common exception word booklets for each level, so that you always have a bank of fully decodable words available should you need them. I'd really encourage you to go and explore the supporting resources part of the Twinkl Phonics page because there's such a wealth of them. There are long-term and whole school planning documents, assessment packs, display and provision resources, additional lesson enhancements, games, home learning resources, seasonal resources, loads of songs to support segmenting and blending, GPC and tricky word recognition, and the ones from the PowerPoints too. Packs of the mini books are also included there, and links to the Rhino readers books, intervention resources, free taster packs and interactive Go games that can be used in the classroom or assigned to children to use at home. Each level of Twinkl Phonics has its own assessment pack, which not only assesses children's GPC recognition, but also their blending and segmenting skills. Within each pack, there is a spreadsheet to collate and track children's progress. It's also worth mentioning here that because level 5 and 6 are 30 weeks, there are 3 assessment packs per level, one for each 10-week block, so that you have regular formative assessment built in to ensure that all children are making the progress they need. At the end of each assessment, there is a grid with next steps to make it super easy for you to know where each child in your class needs to work on next. For those children who do need some additional support, we have interventions to support them. We have keep up same day one-to-one interventions that are now on site. But for those whom that isn't enough, there are interventions suitable for Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2. Also included in the Level 2 packs are our Level 1 focus Explorosaurus activities, which are designed to be an adult-led focus activity for children who still need to spend time on their listening and communication skills while they're learning the initial GPCs in Level 2. There is also further guidance within the Twinkl Phonics handbook to support the lowest 20%, as well as thinking about challenging and extending children's learning, and this can be found on pages 28 and 29. We also have a wealth of additional resources to give children any extra practice needed to ensure that they are ready for the phonics screening. Well, there are packs of screening preparation resources for every level to ensure that any gaps that children have can be addressed. They are all found under the Level 5 supporting resources, and you can filter by phonics screening check there. As with everything else in Twinkl Phonics, the essential training needed for delivering the scheme is included in your subscription. Hosted on Udemy, there is a complete course of 66 lectures which you can work through in its entirety or dip in and out of to meet your needs. And it guides you through the basics of phonics as well as everything Twinkl Phonics has to offer. And we'll be continuing to add to this, including additional model lessons, interventions and lots more. However, if you feel that you, your school or specific staff members could benefit from additional training, then we offer virtual and in-school training options, as well as webinars for which individual tickets can be purchased. To book any of our school's training, please contact us on email via phonics.training@twinkl.co.uk. And we'll be putting together the schedule of webinar events very soon, and they'll be advertised on the TeachMeet area of the Twinkl site, in newsletters and on social media. As teachers, we know how important it is to feel that you have support when you're starting something new and somewhere to go and ask questions, check things and feel confident that everything is on track. The Twinkl Phonics Schools Support Group on Facebook is a growing community of educators who are using Twinkl Phonics as their SSP programme. Within the group are members of the Twinkl Phonics team who are on hand to answer your questions, share ideas and updates and new resources, all while connecting with other teachers using Twinkl Phonics too. And as mentioned, the online learning platform can be dipped in and out of as needed, and we'll be continuing to add content to this, so it's a great place to return to as you are using the Twinkl Phonics scheme. We are also working on offering development days to provide in-school continued support. If this is something that you would be interested in, please contact us on our training email, phonics.training@twinkl.co.uk.
I'm going to talk you through the decodable reading books that we have produced to link with the Twinkl Phonics scheme. The books are called Rhino Readers. They're a beautifully written and fully illustrated set of books covering levels 2 to 6 of Twinkl Phonics, and there are plans for level 1 underway too. Of course, one of the advantages of using Twinkl Phonics is that it links closely with letters and sounds. So particularly at the earlier levels, you could of course continue to use any existing decodable texts you have already matched to letters and sounds. But our books have done that all for you, and they match perfectly with all levels, particularly useful at levels 5 and 6, where Twinkl Phonics is slightly different to letters and sounds. The books are currently available as e-books, and they're on site as part of an ultimate subscription, or they can be read through the Rhino Readers app, which is free for schools to download and access with your teacher login. All the books are matched to the sounds and exception words taught through Twinkl Phonics, so you won't be asking your children to tackle anything they've not previously been taught. There's a wide range of genres and text types to choose from, including regular fiction to engage children in today's world, non-fiction, traditional tales, quiz books, stories featuring Kit and Sam, poetry and play scripts, with all the diversity and representation you'd expect from Twinkl. The Rhino Readers books are subdivided into A, B and C, so that children don't have to wait until they reach the end of a level to begin reading. So, for example, once children have worked through the first 4 weeks of Level 2, they'll be able to access all the books within Level 2A. Our very first Level 2A books are very popular. They don't use any tricky words, so children can focus on blending while enjoying a real book with a proper plot. As children progress, you can see the tricky words and sounds used throughout are carefully matched to those taught within Twinkl Phonics, and the teaching load is divided between the different sub-levels, with regular opportunities for consolidation and extra practice. Here you can see the levels a typical child would work through in their reception year. In Year 1 and Year 2, the books follow a similar structure, with the workload of each level broken down into sub-levels A, B and C, so the children are quickly consolidating and applying recently learned knowledge. You can see here the key sounds that are covered and the progression through levels 5 and 6. Another strength of Twinkl Phonics is that not only does it reinforce all the Year 1 and Year 2 common exception words, it also covers a range of words unique to Twinkl Phonics developed by our teaching team to support children's access to a richer range of texts. So we'll include words such as delicious, favourite and journey, among others at Level 6, as well as all the common exception words in the national curriculum. The Rhino Readers books make sure children are well prepared to read, rehearsing the grapheme-phoneme correspondences they'll meet in the text and the common exception words on our before reading pages. The sound cards in the book match the Twinkl Phonics mats, providing familiarity, and there's blending practice too with sound buttons on the focus words. In the Level 2 to 5 books, tricky words are marked in pink throughout, giving children a visual clue. At the back of the book, you'll find the after-reading activities. They're designed to encourage book talk, recall, sequencing, comprehension and inference at a level appropriate to the text. There's enrichment too, with our Rhino challenges. There are ideas for linked artwork, discussion, drama, craft, investigation. There's something for everyone to add to the experience and help children make those links.
Thank you, Jo. The Rhino Readers books are really lovely and I'm very excited to see them in print. Twinkl Phonics and Rhino Readers are part of the Twinkl Ultimate subscription. For your phonics teaching, you get the Twinkl Phonics Handbook, complete phonics planning, all your lesson resources, all your supporting resources, intervention packs, access to the complete Rhino Readers ebook collection and Rhino Readers app, unlimited access to our online learning platform, and support through the Twinkl Phonics Schools Support Facebook group. Not only that, but you also get access to everything else that Twinkl has to offer. Move PE planning, life complete PSHE and wellbeing collections, newsroom, a trusted news feed with current affairs and interest articles complete with ready to teach curriculum resources, half-termly book club printed Twinkl original books, and much more. So if you've watched this video and you have any questions about Twinkl Phonics or anything else that Twinkl has to offer, then you can contact the Twinkl Cares team 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they'll be very happy to help you with your questions. You can find out more information about the costs of a school subscription on the school's membership page or by contacting a member of the school's team, available on the number at the bottom of the screen, and they will help you with setting that up so that you can start using Twinkl Phonics in your school. Thank you so much for watching this and finding out more about Twinkl Phonics. We wish you all the best in your phonics teaching, whatever scheme you decide to use. Thank you for listening.